What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today is the same day as the radiator install, and given that we have a lot of time left in the day, I figured we could make another video. So my buddy at Synergy referred to me a customer that is doing a swap into an EF sedan, and he does not know any of the wirings needed to be done. So he referred him to me because obviously I mess with the EF, and the guy called me to kind of talk about what he needed done and if I could do the job. So he said if I could stop by the shop, check it out, let me know what he needs that would help me, you know, do the service. And that's what I'm about to do right now. Go to the shop, check out the car, check out what he has, give him a price, and hopefully take the job. And then we're gonna head to Orchard Supply to pick up some bolts for the turbo and the wastegate so we can have that on deck. And then I'm gonna go check out the PO box really quickly. I had somebody said they sent me something, but I gotta make sure it doesn't get sent back to the sender, because most of my videos description says the name on the PO box as mail, and that's unacceptable because he is not on my list for the PO box. So I gotta check it frequently so stuff don't get sent back, and then we'll get back here to the house and do some more work. All right, so I'm here at the shop, and here are the harnesses that I'm picking up. So this is the dual point harness that came off of this motor, B2 motor that came out of that 4-door up there. And what he is doing, and given that this guy is a 4-door lover just like me, he's pulling the motor out of this CRX. Well, not pulling out, he already pulled it out. This is an 88 HF. Now, I know you guys are gonna give me shit for not saving this car as much as I want to, and it has a full wing west body kit. I can't take another car. But the motor here in the back is a B16A, so SIR, definitely out of a CRX or a hatch from Japan. It is OBD0 everything, including intake manifold. He's pulled everything related to this B-series swap from this car, which is gonna go into this one right here. And may or may not work out a deal, because you guys know I do need side skirts. So I may swoop the side skirts, but not the front and rear bumper, since they are screwed into the body. This is repairable, not a big deal, but I already have a front and rear bumper anyways. He also has a sparkle seat that may be up for sale. The steering wheel may be up for sale. It's a Momo, but he has a Recaro in the back that I may also want, but we'll figure that out when I return back here. Carbon fiber hood, everything all original under here as well. And then he also had this ECU, which I've never seen before. It's a PM6, so stock SI ECU, HF, but it's re-chipped for B16. And the crazy part is there was only one wire going to this ECU, which was for VTEC, so it has no pressure switch, doesn't have like a knock sensor, doesn't have any of that. But this worked in the CRX, so it should work just fine for his car. I'm about to get on out of here and start getting down with that harness so I can get it returned back here tomorrow. Honda 12mm bolt, 8x1.25. So I'm gonna look for these in stainless steel real quick and get the amount that I need and the length that I need, and we should be on out of here. All right, guys, so back home. Got my bolts right here, about 7, 1 extra. I got some packaging tape, heavy duty, because I still need to send out this molding, door molding, or actually these two with the door handle, and this guy by itself. But finally got some tape so I can makeshift my own box for these two packages. And today I'm just gonna quickly, well, not quickly for me, but time-lapse for you guys. I'm gonna build that harness, go through my bin, make sure I have everything I need to convert it to multi-point for the guy, and I am going to install these bolts on the downpipe, and not the wastegate because that piece is still coming out. So I'm gonna do those real quick, and then we'll set up the table, the soldering gun, and everything else to do this conversion. Now, I never used any like washers or anything for the bolts to the downpipe, uppipe, but these ones will do just fine as is. This one has lock washers on it because these back out when you use them cheap ass ones, but I'm almost certain that these guys won't come out. So I got everything all bolted up, stainless steel, they won't rust. Didn't do this one because this is not the permanent gate. So now the first thing I'm going to do is strip down the dual point harness right here. It is completely uncut and completely complete for the most part. Strip it all down. I have my soldering iron, everything else, the pins, the wires, solder, connectors, everything's all in here. And then if I need like additional, you know, wires or plugs or whatever, I got that bin full of wire right there. And that CRX, we originally spoke about a price, and the CRX, he said, you know, if you are looking for anything in like trades for the work, feel free to pick something off the CRX. And given that his friend is buying the car for 200 bucks, his friend's gonna be at the shop tomorrow when I get back over there to return the completed harness. We can speak about what he's keeping, what he's taking, what he's not taking, and I can grab whatever I need. But my eyes are on the side skirts because it is fitted, obviously. It is polyurethane, although I want fiberglass. But it's more complete than the one that I have in the backyard. So my goals is the hood, which he said if it doesn't fit the sedan, which I know it ain't going to fit the sedan, it'll be up for grabs. I want the side skirts, if anything, and he has a Recaro in the back of the car. I sat in the Momo, it's just a little too high, and it would be nice to have that because it's also blue but faded, but it'll match everything else in the car. So the Recaros, the side skirts, and the hood are my interested items, but let's finish all of this first, and then we'll negotiate tomorrow. So I'm gonna put you guys on the lap right now. Alright guys, so here is the wiring harness, not completely stripped because this right here is unnecessary, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to run the wires on the outside and then I'm going to zip tie them into place. And right now I'm just going to go through the harness and get the injector wirings, the distributor wirings, and all the stuff that I'm going to need to convert this to multi-point, route them into their spots, modify, remove plugs accordingly, because you know you don't need these guys anymore, as well as this guy right here. And then I'm gonna take my voltmeter, probe everything, make sure everything, all the wires are still good and they're not like burnt out or shorted or something. And then I'm also gonna wire in the VTEC wire, which is why I stripped this guy right here all the way up to the front where the O2 sensor is at, because the VTEC solenoid will be like right here. I'm gonna run the VTEC pressure switch, I'm gonna run the VTEC, and I'm also going to run a knock sensor, even though his ECU doesn't have a need for any of those other than VTEC. I'm going to run it anyways in case he changes ECU or whatever the case may be later down the road. He'll have all of that there. But then again, if he goes OBD1, the jumper harness should already have all that sub harness. But for the most part, I'm going to route it in here just because that one already has it on it. And then I'm gonna loop everything up. I'm not gonna show you guys too much process on it because I've already covered dual point, multi-point many times, and I'll put the links right here on the top for you guys to check them out if you guys need more thorough, in-depth of the conversion. So let's get to it. I think I'm gonna have to end tonight because I don't have any more electrical tape. So here's the harness, pretty much semi-loomed up. So with the leftover electrical tape that I had, I taped up all the joints so that way they don't separate. And tomorrow I'm gonna go grab some more electrical tape in the morning, and then I'm gonna finish this up Here's the harness side that goes into the ECU. I probed pretty much every single one of these wires and try to keep them at least color coordinated. So, you know, we got the yellow and red injectors, and we got the blue, yellow, blue, green, which are the cranks, and then the VTEC pressure, the red, blue knock sensor, and then green is for VTEC, which I believe is supposed to be black, but nonetheless, I did mark them all, and I have all their slot numbers on it as well. So it should be an easy process for him once I give him the write-up, and then I'm going to text him. He's going to hit me up if he needs any, you know, if he has any questions or whatever. Should be pretty straightforward after that. And ideally, he doesn't need all these extra ones. All he needs is a 2 crank, 2 injectors, and VTEC, because he has a chip ECU where he doesn't have a knock sensor and he doesn't have the VTEC pressure switch. But then again, like I said, they're all in there just in case. And you know, if he throws a check engine light for it, he can just wire it up or wire it beforehand so he doesn't throw a check engine light, whatever. But this is as far as I'm going to get tonight, guys. I think today's video is short. I'm not even 100% sure what I even recorded today, but nonetheless, this was just random out of the blue. My buddy hit me up yesterday, asked me if I could take care of this customer, and then he called me, and you know, I went to the shop today, kind of check out what he had, and I was like, yeah, you know, I can take care of it. The wiring portion, he told me straight up he didn't know you know, anything about the wiring part, but I got that covered for him. It's going into an EF 4-door, which is cool to see, and I spoke with the owner, and he's like, I'm just a 4-door guy. He had this car for some time. It sat for some years, and he finally revived it, bought the CRX from an auction for the motor to kind of, you know, put some loving into the 4-door, so he pulled a single out of it, and it's going to be putting a JDM B16A OBD0, and I'm looking forward to seeing that car up and going. I believe he's doing the DA disc brakes, because the fronts already have DAs, and I'm providing him the rear trailing arms, which I have in the backyard for several years now. I figured he could make use of it since he wants to do a disc all around anyways. And it should be a nice hefty car when it's all said and done. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this random video, and we'll be picking up on the CRX really soon. My package should be coming in tomorrow, so I can button up and get the car back on the ground and possibly fire it over. I'm sure you guys are excited for that too, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.